punch. And we're on.
Yep. There
I'm on. There I am.
There you go. I think that could go a little closer, though. Maybe. There. You look little.
Looking better all the time.
Okay.
What happened to Elizabeth?
She told me.
She told you?
I can't remember.
Oh.
Yeah, so she
not here.
has something.
Oh, okay.
And I think there's another box.
I'm going to start opening. This is Goldy's farm.
Yeah.
From Dodie.
I just heard a crash. Let me just check the camera. Hold on.
A crash? There's been tremendous excitement around here this afternoon because we had a beaver, at least I think it was a beaver, in the pond, and all the dogs got in the pond, in the mud, and things like that.
Yep. And Michelle got some pictures.
Pictures. Michelle got taking pictures of it.
Yeah, so one of the things I'll be doing tomorrow, in addition to fixing the fence at Puppy Hill, we'll be fixing the fence around the pond so the dogs can't torment the beavers.
Oh, wow. Wow. This is for the generator.
Yeah.
500. And this is for Janine's fencing project.
Good Lord.
There's another $500, Janine.
Oh, my goodness.
What does it say? I'm trying to get there here.
That's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Because the fencing project is
so
expanding.
happy you are doing well now, that they have your medication under control and you're all settled into your new White House,
which
is
not
indeed
been
lovely. Also, that you're back out there able to do some job, bringing joy to others. Just awesome. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, I couldn't be more pleased that you are enjoying your new mobility scooter that you're now calling your go-kart on the Daily Doggy, which made me laugh. No matter what it's called, makes me happy to have helped you get around the farm easier. She's the one that gave me that?
Oh, that scooter is a fantastic addition.
Terrific.
It allows her to get down the aisleway of the barn.
True, that's
Yeah, and it gets into spaces that she just can't go with a golf cart. So that's really good, especially like going into Donkey Cafe when we have people. She can't get, if she goes in there with the golf cart, it's really crowded. So getting in there with the scooter is perfect.
Yeah, it's more people oriented. As you can see, there are 2 donation checks, one for the generator, one for Janine's fencing project. I wrote on the bottom check as instructed. Take good care of yourself. Give Sizzle, Lark, and Penny, Wanda, and Carl some hugs for me. See you on the cams and mail chat. Love, Dodie.
Jersey girl.
Jersey girl.
Yay.
Wow.
Thank you.
2013.
Was when she joined.
Yeah.
That was, my mind still thinks in terms of contract. That was a year. The cameras came in 2012.
Yep.
You got the Explorer contract in 2012. 2014 was when you wrote the contract to get the Cummings grant. That seems to have caused this. That was the grant, the contract which you wrote for 10 years. Do you remember?
Really?
You know the contract that has been the bane of our existence for the past 2 years? That's the contract where you signed as the president and the...
Oh.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm very familiar with that.
Oh.
Let me see if I can move the chair without knocking the camera. I've had a long day. I'd like to sit down.
I'm delighted to see there's a hole in the middle of this table because I want to get
umbrella.
A market umbrella.
A market umbrella? What's the difference?
They're just big.
Big umbrellas, yes. Well, we also need to... I'm going to look on, get another... We got to sort the goat. The goats, I've decided the only place they can stay is in that paddock. They have ruined now 2 doors.
Really?
Well, actually, if you count the one that they live in now that I batched together with plywood, and Nick put on a new handle, that's 3 doors they've ruined. They just pound. They were pounding the fence over there, and I'm like, I'm not putting them in on where I was going to call Naughty Hill. I'm not putting the goats there because they'll ruin the new stall, the doors, and those doors are, they're expensive, but I don't think they can withstand the goats. So, but that goat paddock they're in now, we've got a double door where they can't smash against the door because
have you seen the back fence? That 8-foot fence is lying almost.
Oh,
up.
no, I'm in the process of fixing that.
Well, I mean, but they
This
wrecked that.
$500 is going to go a long way because I'm in the process of fixing the goat. The goats have knocked down a post, which I've already replaced the post. I put cement in it. It's ready to go. I just got to tie that up and secure it. So that's almost done.
So you're going to leave them there?
I'd like to leave them there because I don't want them to ruin any more gates. And it's not, I mean, I'm putting this whole Naughty Hill in for the goats, but anywhere if they can see a person, they just they're working on the back door to the way out back where we're calling now it used to be the Tanner barn where the Tilston barn is. There's a paddock back there, and they're smashing that. So there's a bunch of dents in the back of that. That's easy to replace, though. Yeah, they're evil. Cute little things, but they do butt everything. I'm just going to make sure everybody can
The
hear.
white one doesn't do that.
Or no, the white one's. Oh, the white one's another whole nother problem. The white one can go in Naughty Hill. The white, you just can't trust those guys around any food source because they will just. I tripped over him the other day. It went completely down because he was going at the bucket. I'm just making sure everybody can hear us.
I'm leaving those checks in this envelope a little bit.
Okay.
It's green.
Yeah. So we have the next fence project. If you put that, people can't see that. So I'll just hold on to all this. Okay. We got to fix the pond so the dogs can't annoy the beaver, which is, Michelle will post some pictures. It is probably a 6-foot big beaver. Yeah.
It's a big beaver.
So anyways, so I got to
But you can see that there's no island.
The island's underwater.
Yeah.
So the
island's underwater, and this pond is falling over.
But last year,
overland.
The ponds were almost gone. Remember, it was such a drought. So I'm going to get Bud maybe this weekend to put the sprinklers back in, and I'm going to start treating them early, especially the small pond, to prevent the moss. And I know there's a snake that lives in the small pond, and now we have a beaver living in the big pond, which is, I think,
we had a sizable snake on the island.
Oh yeah, well, there's a sizable snake that lives in the small pond. When I was raking, he was hibernating, and I woke him up, and his curled up. He was about this big, like a big, thick black.
Well, the one on the pond was like that thing around.
Yeah, they're big ones.
And it wasn't very long. It was only like 4, 5, 6 feet long.
Yeah.
But it was unless it just ate something, It was. I don't know. I'm not a snake type person.
One time when I was a kid, I was swimming in Hood's Pond, and a snake. I got out of the water, and like 2 minutes later, like a 7-foot snake swam by. And every time I swim in Hood's Pond, I think about that snake. But I figured, like, they don't want. Oh, you need the knife thing. They don't want to bother us either. So tomorrow I'm in the process of continuing with Jake, our intern, to put in the Puppy Hill fence. We're trying to do it ourselves to save money. So before you open that, yes, trying to save. I think with this check, I think we could finish getting all of the materials that we need and get it all done, which is fantastic. One thing that I was going to throw out there as an idea of something that there's 2 things that we desperately need for the full launch of Goldy's Farm is one, a riding lawnmower. I am not going to be pushing that electric in the hot sun. So I'd like to, even if I have to buy that myself, we're going to get that.
Well, the one we had was ideal.
Yeah, we don't need a tractor. We just need a riding lawnmower.
Well,
because we just went today, we went out around the A field and cleared that path so that you can get a golf cart through there. I cleared that today, and my mother went and brought the dogs around there, but it's going to need to be mowed in about 3 weeks. So I figure I could get a used tractor for about lawnmower, because I can't push. I'm getting too old to push electric. The electric one.
Service dog would like to sell that back to us.
I thought about that. They're not using it.
They're probably selling it to somebody.
But my second thing, which is even more, I think even more, because I can buy the lawnmower because it's actually saving me the job. But one thing that I can't do you're holding the box so people can't see your lovely face. You're just destined to put something in front of it. Is what I really need, and I actually thought maybe we could buy it back from Service Dog Project 2, is one of those bus golf carts, because
One of the what? Oh,
the bus golf carts.
the 15.
Because my original idea, I've completely decided is a failure, was to be able to put seniors in those, what are they called? The rickshaw bikes, and pedal them around here.
You cannot.
But I'm too old, too heavy.
Too old.
We tried a couple times last summer. I tried again this year, and I'd rather be. We need one big golf cart that can house several seniors in it, including people on the back. And we tested it the other day. Carlene was able to. You may have seen the video. She went from the parking pit into around the Tilston Tanner Barn area. Then she went in through the paddock. She did a cruise through the arena. She went out through the paddocks, came over by the over by here with the ICU, which we're now calling headquarters, drove down here, drove in around the ponds into the A field, back up to visit the goats, and then back to the
It made a good circle.
Yeah,
My golf cart will hold 3 people at a time.
Yep. But we need one that'll hold like 8.
Yeah.
So that is going to be something that I would.
Probably is the only one in New England.
What?
The one I had.
No, I've been looking. You can find them. And we need one with seat belts. And I found one for $9,000.
Did you?
But it needs to have seat belts and be compliant, because we're going to be putting
It
seniors.
needs Bud too, I'll bet you.
Yeah. Well, I think that was a 2-year-old one. I was just looking on Marketplace to try to figure out. And so I'm going to sell the rickshaw bikes on Marketplace, use that money. But that would be something that would be of specific use for Goldy's Farm. So I want to throw that out and to see if people think that's a good idea to spend money on, and we could raise money for that.
The times that I did take people around, it wasn't just getting around. It was the fact that the wind was blowing. They were going fast.
Yeah.
People in wheelchairs go so damn slowly.
Yeah, they love
that life is just,
Yeah.
but this was dynamite, and they really got a big kick out of it.
Yeah.
So if we can manage to come up with a golf cart.
It's a long story. How come that, Roger Reese said, bullshit, we'll start sending money for the golf cart. What does that mean, bullshit? Is that not this is just an idea I'm throwing out there. It's something that I think would really add value to what we have visiting
Experience.
people starting next weekend, when people are starting to come. The May 3rd open house.
We got to talk about that one.
Yeah, we got to push it off a couple weeks.
I don't think so.
Why?
Because you're going to be around. I think we ought to keep it May 3rd. You're not leaving till the 10th.
I know, but I've got a few safety things that I haven't been able to finish on May 3rd by May 3rd. So I got to get the safety things in place before we get people. Got to get the signs up. Got to get the fences done. I want to have a full launch. We can talk about it as well, but I haven't really had enough time to, because I've been waiting for all these they're still working on the barn. They're not going to be, so it's not like we're behind in construction, but that wasn't a really aggressive date that was set because I'm leaving on the 10th. So I think it would make better sense to wait until after I get back, because then I can market it and really push it out there and maybe we'll have a golf cart by then.
Yeah.
So, so that's what I had on my list. And before we open the box, Wallace also, Wallace was training the other night. Maybe many of you may have seen it, but he managed to take down the fence in the arena, which also needs to be replaced and fixed. You saw that with a big horse.
The one that jumped it in?
Yeah, he tried to jump we had a little
unfortunate.
We had a little unfortunate accident, and the horse is fine, Wallace is fine, but he did take down the fence and it needs to be repaired. So I'd there's the arena, you guys can't see it on the camera, but there's piles of rubble, and I've duct taped it together so the horses don't get into it, but I'd like to have that cleaned up too. Yes, we are now, we had to wait to apply for grants because we didn't file we had to file our 2024 taxes first. And because that was our first full year of being in operation, so those taxes have been filed. So I now have a 990 that I can submit, because that's the first thing and most of the grants now are online. So the first thing they ask for is the 990s. So we have those that I've submitted to the IRS. It'll probably take, I don't know, a couple months before you guys can see the 990s that are out there on like GuideStar and all those places. But I can now apply for grants. And that's what I'm going to, when I'm on vacation, when I'm when I'm away from the 10th to the 20th, when I'm away, that's what I'm going to be doing, is working on all of the things that I can't get done because I'm too busy with construction and cleanup around here. I'm actually taking an online course on grant writing, because from what I hear, it's changed since I last wrote a grant, which is a long time ago. So I'll be doing a grant writing course and then starting to write grants. The course will help me find grants and also write grants. Although Carlene has made she's written the grant, but I just have to put it into the 2025 methodology of grant writing, which I don't know. So we are going to be working on grants for things in the ongoing future. But I'm surprised we've made it this far. We've got new roofs on everything. They're putting the backside on the barn this week. The place is really looking quite.
It really does look
quite nice. Yeah.
I never thought it could be pulled up as well.
Yeah. So so we're on target. I feel like. I just feel like it would really stress me out if we had a whole bunch of visitors showing up on May 3rd. So I
have told people they can come on Sunday.
Well, we are open to the public on May 1st. There are people coming, but it's just not the grand opening. There are people that are scheduled to come this weekend, but there are people that have reached out, gone through the process. Next week, we've got people that are wanting to come.
And that's fine.
And that's fine. But I still, so we're not doing a grand opening with 50 people here, because I'm not ready.
What the hell is a grand opening? You put flags up.
No, well, the grand opening, I wanted to put out a post to the town of Topsfield to bring their seniors and, the community. That's a community. And Goldy's Warriors to get here if they are local. Right now, if people have reached out to us, then I know that some people are planning on coming, but I'm not going to do a big marketing thing for the 3rd. People are asking.
We've also encouraged any Golden Warriors from across the country to come and visit us.
Yeah, well, now that it's spring, it's nice here, and now that we have space for people to stay and it's cleaned up.
Do we? How many places have we got? We'll put you up somewhere, but we don't know where right now.
Yeah, no, we've got a plan. I got a plan.
You got a plan?
Yeah, I got a plan.
Okay.
I got a plan. Well, we're going to start doing some work upstairs, because Mike, as we mentioned before, is on his own. I had nothing to do with it. Has decided to move. He's going to Avalon. Yes. So.
He has a new girlfriend.
Yes. Well, we're not supposed to say that online.
No. I didn't say that.
That's his personal business. So scratch that from the record. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Denmark Ann, she's good at grant writing as well. So you're still in contact with her. She's been around, yep. So I'm going to look through the questions here. I'm going back to the beginning. Yes, the generator, that's something that we have to solve for before next
winter.
Next winter. That's November. So we're getting a generator next winter. And I will be saving my own money to try to help with that, to get her.
You don't have any money left after all this.
I know. But it's all good. So this is something that, it just needs to get done. We got to bang it out, and hopefully it will be in a good place. Okay, so the sound is back. Yes, the sound is back on in the arena. And again, I apologize for my... Yeah, and Wallace is riding today at... I think he's going to be here at 7. And I'm going to ride Chester, and the owner of Sky is coming to see the progress at 7 o'clock.
I couldn't believe it.
What?
That horse didn't move a budge.
Well, when you bring her out here, I practiced out here a little bit. She was a little nervous, so she's still a work in process. Yeah, she doesn't
okay.
move. When she's calm, he's done a really
I like
good job.
that horse.
Yeah, she's nice, so that's good. So we are trying to train Sky's owner on how to manage Sky to get her to stand still, as well as, because everything works really well for Wallace, but then he's got to train, like he's trained me how to manage Chester. So he's going to start the process of bringing the Sky's owner in to learn how to manage Sky. Yes, we're keeping an eye on Wanda because she immediately wanted to go out and get in a fight with the beaver.
Wanda!
Yeah. Well, she goes up to Michelle's for dinner.
And
And then she comes down here for dinner, and then she goes back with me for dinner. So she gets 3 dinners.
I upset your plans. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a long story about the whole golf cart thing and the tractors and everything else, but at least the service dog project is on their way. I don't know what the status is of their place in Maine. I think it's been held up, but and I don't think they're making any progress building in Maine. But that's.
I'd like to see some pictures.
I've never seen a picture, so
I've never seen a picture.
yeah, there's been no update because I know Elizabeth looks, so we have no idea, and we have no set date just because where we stand right now, there's money in escrow that is. I'm afraid to use any. Yeah, that the judge had agreed that Carlene was owed money. It's in escrow, but we went to court to try to get it, and they appealed, and so I'm just tired of paying money. Is where we're at. So we're spending a couple months trying to, even though there's money out there that we could go after, it's just going to cost us more money to get it, and so we're taking a break from the lawsuits to try to get this property.
They are waiting for me to die off.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
They look. They have said so, actually.
Yeah, well,
in that last fiasco.
I think they're going to be waiting for a long time. So, I'm waiting and we pay monthly to our lawyer. So I want to get that down to a reasonable amount because it's really, at the end of the day, it's a lot of money, even when we pay monthly. So
yeah.
It's been a very
He's been very good
experience.
about it.
Yeah. So that's the status. We don't know, to be honest with you. But the good news is we don't have to know it. We're not in any hurry. We've been able to do all this work without that.
Yeah.
And we're moving forward. And Goldy's farm is so strong that we don't even have time to worry about it. But now,
everybody has been keeping on.
Yeah. Every month, the amount that we owe the lawyer is less, and if we even go near a court, it just starts to skyrocket back up. So let's just wait for a while. With Charlie Annenberg, that's a good question. You're in good terms with Charlie. We didn't. Yeah. So I think we're good.
Annenberg?
Yeah. And let's see.
What about Charlie?
Well, somebody asked if you were in good terms with him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Charlie and I made a contract, and we shook hands on it.
Yeah.
And it was months before the paperwork ever caught up with us. But, he kept his word, and I kept mine.
Yep. I mean, there was a contract for the cameras, but then there was the handshake that he just continued to donate money because he believed in the Service Dog Project and Carlene, and it was a relationship. The whole Explore thing was a relationship between Carlene and the Annenberg Foundation. So that relationship is still strong, although we are not pursuing Explore in any capacity.
No, we're not pursuing them. But...
Yeah, no, we're just we got our own cameras for now, because I don't want to step on anybody's toes. And I know that Megan is on now on Explore, which is great. So I
have gone so far as to tell Charlie that Megan is a traitor.
Yep. That
That's all I would say, and that's all I had to say because he could fill in the details.
yeah, Megan's good. Yeah, she's a good trader. So
You don't send a lot of. If you can't get it down to about 4 words, Charlie's not going to read it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes, we did decide to paint the White House. It is going to be a slate, and the barn is going to be painted at the same time.
slate
Color, dark gray.
gray.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Everything's getting painted at the same time, but we're letting it sit for a little while because that's not a priority right now. Getting the sides on this building and the barn so there wasn't a breeze running through it. That was the priority. So we've accomplished that. Do you want to open the box? Do you need my thing?
Can I open the box
I think that
now?
was all for questions. Yep. Elizabeth will be back.
I need a
tomorrow.
knife or
I'll get a
something.
knife.
Those are my very favorite pair of scissors. These scissors are terrific.
Yeah, I need to cut a hose, so I need those scissors. I know there's another package around here. Michelle had it, but then we got focused on the beaver, so I don't know where it went. And Michelle she went off for a little while.
Okay, so I got a little bit open.
And here comes the metal guy driving down the driveway.
Is his coming or going?
Do you want to come out, park for a second and come here? You get to meet the metal guy. Who's barking? The dogs are in the ICU, formerly known as the ICU, the headquarters. Will you sit here for a second and say hello to everybody? You know we do this, the mail call every day. I want you to meet the metal man. Mike, the metal
Hi,
man.
I'm Metal Man Mike.
Mike.
This is the metal man.
Well, I know your mother.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah. So Mike,
I'm off. Oh, hi. Okay, now I see.
You're on.
Who am I talking to?
you're the
across the
followers.
world.
Yeah, this is
Followers?
the way that these are people that follow my mother and Goldy's farm, and they all help with the running of the operations. Because you asked me earlier, it's like, how do you keep this place going? So we do chicken bingo once a month, and that means that all these people online go out and buy. There's a wall, and they buy a little brick on the wall, and the bricks get translated to a board, and then once a month we put the chicken on the board, and wherever it poops, these guys win a prize.
Oh my God, that is.
And
funny.
every day we do mail call.
That's awesome.
And those aren't what you were looking
not
for.
for
That's
you.
a medical thing. Yeah. And they send in little cards and donations to keep Goldy's farm going, because what you don't necessarily see is every morning we go out to a nursing home, senior center, or adolescent center. My mother went out this morning. But we've been talking about you a lot.
Oh really?
Because
Okay.
Mike is,
Okay.
I'm going to try to turn this around. Well, I'll doing it before he leaves. His,
You ought to see the truck.
Do they all know that you're gonna donate a kidney?
oh, yeah. Well, Mike actually lost a kidney recently.
What
Yeah.
happened?
Mike lost his kidney.
Yeah.
So I've been tracking he's down to one kidney
I'm 7 weeks now. 7 weeks in recovery.
from losing his kidney. And
They
he's,
say 6 months to get 100%.
yeah. So
I
we're
feel
seeing-
100% now, except for every now and then your immune system's weak. 'Cause
Yeah.
I got bronchitis already once, but I got rid of it.
Yeah. Do you wear a
COVID,
mask in
yeah.
public?
I probably should, but I don't.
Okay.
Well, I work at a meat market, so
Right.
I'm always in.
He works at a Star Market.
Yeah,
Who?
I cut
He,
meat,
he
Shaw's.
cut
cut
Shaw's. He cuts meat at Shaw's during the day.
Star Market, same
Star-
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and so if I'm going to take this for a second, and I'm going to see, it's hard to do this, but I'll try to turn around and get it. This is his truck, and this is today's load. Try to do this so you guys can see. That's today's load. And he has been coming here since January 1st and filling his truck with just everything.
Still popping it off.
And so, how many loads do you think you've taken out of here?
Oh my God! In the last how long?
Since
I've been doing it
January.
for 2 years. Haven't
Oh
I?
well, yeah, that's right. He started 2 years ago.
I would say close to 20 loads, big truck loads.
of any. And what do you do with it?
I recycle it, bring it home, take it apart. I mean, a lot of times you have aluminum in there, and sometimes a little copper, cast iron, steel.
Yeah.
And I separate it all. And then I bring it to the recycle plant.
And they give you a check for it.
And they give me cash for it.
They give you cash?
Cash.
What happens?
So, I mean, I don't care, but like, how much do you think you've made off of the service dog project, this property? Because this is all like all the junk.
I
He is
have no clue
probably
because
like-
I mix it with my
Oh,
stuff
okay,
that I
okay,
get, so it's hard to say, but I do pretty good.
Yeah, well,
You
that's
know,
great.
I don't want to.
The gift that keeps on giving.
I mean, it's not enough to retire on, but it's enough to help pay the bills.
Yeah. Well, it's just a godsend because, as you guys know, if you've ever been here and you've seen me just taking out the wood stuff and the stuff that can't be recycled, I've taken 11 since January, 11 loads of the dump trailer, and also a lot of times my pickup truck.
Oh, by the way, I went in your dumpster and took all the aluminum out of there.
So that's 11 loads there. And there's been like all this wire fencing that got torn down and just so much stuff that was everywhere. And it's now, thank God. I don't know what we would have done without you. I'm
glad I was some help to you.
we would have filled a landfill.
You know
So-
what?
Well,
I'm happy that somehow, I don't know how I found you people. I really don't know how.
And Kate.
I forget.
It was Kate.
It's from Kate.
And
But
she has a rescue horse.
there was somebody else, Andrew Designer. Do you know any managers from Stop and Shop? I think he might have told me to come here.
Oh, okay. I've never even heard, like, this is how I never knew how the recycling world worked for metal. I thought I had to take it to the dump in where I go with the wood. Sometimes, like, when you go there...
No, you
there's
don't want
part-
to bring it there. They'll charge you.
Yeah.
You're better off bringing it to Chelsea to a scrap metal place
Yeah,
where they just do metal,
yeah.
and then you'll get money.
But I also
you
would have
gotta
had to
sort it all out.
load.
That's the problem.
I would have had to load all that stuff. And there's just so much stuff.
Yeah.
So much stuff. I don't know how you...
And it's-
Like, we're talking old washing machines. There was the furnace in the
I
barn.
gotta take it all apart to fit it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
The more stuff I break down and take apart, the more weight I'll get in the truck. I'll be able to fit more in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time consuming, but to me,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Like,
I'm not going to touch that. That's going to go right to the scrap metal. I'm going to add to it, keep adding
Yeah.
to it. And I'll stomp on it, crush it down, and I'll,
yeah.
the stuff that I like, the aluminum is in the front. I
Yeah.
keep it separate from the light iron.
How many washing machines you've taken out of here? Like, every service dog washing machine
I got them off.
over the
didn't
past
I?
20 years that has died was in the G10.
We picked up I was kind of famous for picking them up too because people throw them out, and Bud can fix them. I mean, in many of the many of the ones we picked up needed a $13 switch.
Yeah.
That's
So
all it takes.
They throw
it
them
wasn't
out.
even like you were buying used ones. You were getting them from the end of the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Do you still get used ones? You can still find them?
I don't let
No,
her pick
I've
up
done-
anything.
No.
No, she won't let me take home things.
Yeah.
I did
That's
notice
funny.
I've got trailers down there that somebody has pulled out. Two of
right.
my parade trailers.
Yeah. He's taking the one that's in there just for the metal pieces, and then you'll still have two left. I know that makes you
They're made-
nervous.
I made them specially. I copied a pattern, but I made several. They follow in the path of whatever's towing them. So
You
that when
actually
you're-
take them in a parade?
Oh, we
do
used
a
to.
parade?
Oh,
Really,
we
you
do-
don't know
we
about
do a
the
lot of parade.
craziness.
We did a lot of funny
She
things.
used to have the miniature donkeys we have here. She used to
Yeah,
have
she-
8 of them.
I used to drive 8, like the Budweisers,
Yeah, in a little
Into-
You
tiny.
enjoy doing that, so it's fun.
into Boston Hotel ballrooms
Yeah.
on the
God.
4th floor.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So
Oh,
she
yeah.
had. That was back in the day. Yeah, it's been going on. Crazy's been going on for a long time. So I'm trying to make this back to a little bit more normal.
Did this pour,
fun.
did they pour this concrete or was it here?
No, there was nothing here when my mother bought this place. But this concrete, because this used to be a kennel, and they had to put down concrete because it was a state requirement for dogs in kennels. They all had to have an outdoor concrete pad. where when they went ingress to egress had to be concrete, non-porous. So all of the buildings, because it's not good for horses to have concrete. So, but all of them, I put mats down on the top of them. All of them have concrete pads because of leftover.
One thing that you are tearing down that was required also is I was required to have a perimeter fence.
Oh, I'm not tearing. Oh, I did tear down a little
Yeah,
bit.
down there by the shopping pit. It's not a perimeter fence anymore.
Well, that actually was a problem because Arthur now knows that, and he goes over to visit his friends over at Partridge Berry. So you got to keep an eye on him.
How many millions of people you have followers?
100. Oh, okay. So today we have 175 people watching, and then
it goes around and around.
Yeah, they ask us questions, and we do this. Elizabeth normally does it. They're saying hi, Mike.
Oh, hi.
There's Roger Reed is the person that loves Wanda. Hi, Metal Man, Mike. Mike, you're now going to be.
Hi.
Super nice people.
I wonder if they're from around here.
Some of them are, and some of them actually come here for, when we're officially open to the public on May. We're just talking about May 1st for the nursing home visits and everything else, and public visits. But so they will come and volunteer, hopefully, and help us with stuff. My mother used to run this. You probably, I don't know if you weren't here when it was under this property used to have like 20 to 30 volunteers here every day and 50 dogs and just it's a really busy place. Really
Kate's
busy.
still here doing voluntary work.
She goes over to, she does come here sometimes, but she goes over to Meredith. She's over at Meredith. She has a horse over at Meredith, a rescue horse, so she takes care of Meredith for us.
Yeah, she loves
But she's on the board for us, so she's here a lot.
Good.
So I don't want to keep you.
No,
and we're probably done with.
You can show me what else you have, and I'll.
Yeah, we got another pile.
Top it off.
All right, so that's it for Mail
Nice
Call, guys.
seeing you
We'll see you
all.
guys tomorrow. Elizabeth will be back tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Bye.